Hey everyone! In this video we're going to be tackling the second room of the Labyrinth of Egypt. We're going to try and do a full room solve for Chamber of the Dead in Escape Simulator. So let's dig into it. So with rooms like this, obviously there's a lot to look at, and you don't necessarily know where to start. The one nice thing that we've found kind of with Escape Simulator so far is that there's a bunch of different puzzles that you can start on. It doesn't necessarily, you don't need to always do them in order, which is super nice. What I like to do in rooms like this is really kind of get an idea of what the end goal is, what I'm trying to collect as I'm going through and opening some of these, or solving some of these puzzles, opening some of these locks. So to do that, grab the note from Anubis here, and this kind of sets the tone for what we're trying to achieve with this room. So this sets us up really nicely for the last puzzle. They're talking about baboon heads guarding the north, and then also give us a symbol for the body part that they're guarding. So what we can kind of do already is start to see how this last puzzle is going to take shape in the middle of the room. So we have a falcon head here, and he is guarding what looks to be like the intestines. So we can assume that this is the west. Obviously we can't confirm it necessarily yet, but just looking here, so we have the falcon head already, and it looked like he was guarding the intestines, so we can assume that this is the west, but obviously towards the end we can kind of just confirm all of that. But with all of that, we know that we're probably looking for a human head, a jackal head, and then also the baboon head. We're going to need to put them in some sort of direction, and then they're going to be facing these, or they're going to be protecting, these separate symbols. So you can see that that all kind of checks out. We have 3 empty vases, obviously all with each one of these symbols. So let's start collecting some heads then. So as I said before, it doesn't really matter what puzzle you start on for this room. We can start on this empty tablet here. Basically with this, you can see that both of these symbols match, so we know what we're trying to recreate on this tablet. We just don't know necessarily how to actually do it. We know we want a square on the left, and we want an L shape, or I guess a reverse L shape on the right. So we'll pop into here. One thing, I guess the trickiest part about this puzzle is the fact that if you were to go and do a line and come back, it erases. So to be able to do all of this in one felt swoop, you kind of just have to have a little kind of premeditation about how you're going to be able to get from one side to the other without erasing what you've done. To do that, we'll go left 1, we'll go up 1, we'll go right 1, up 1, left 1, and down 1. So you can see here that we have our square in the top left corner, which is where we want it to be. We now need to figure out how to get over to the L without erasing anything that we've done, or without having lines in place that we need. So to do that, go down 1, and you can see that it's erased this link, which is honestly what we want anyways. We'll go to the right 1, and now we have our standalone square on the top left. To get the L, we'll go right 1, we'll go up 1, and we'll go up 1. And that completes that puzzle. We'll grab this jar that it uncovers, and just so that this Anubis matches up, we'll put the red jar in his red hand. And then it looks like we're going to either be trying to find some sort of comb or feather to put into this hand. You can also see that when that sarcophagus opened, that it uncovered almost like a 2 feather symbol, which is represented on this lock here. So it looks like we're probably trying to come up with a couple more of these different symbols. To get those, grab the crowbar that's laying in the corner of the room, and we're just going to open the sarcophagus kind of where it's starting to chip. And you'll see by doing that, it uncovered a lion here. Do the same thing on the other one, and it uncovered a scarab. So we'll turn around and plug the lion, we'll plug the scarab into where we've already, where we can already put in the double feathers from this sarcophagus. So we'll do the lion, the scarab, the double feathers, and this will unlock our first blue human head for the statues down here. Now really, if you don't want to hold on to it, you could open up the note and just see which one of the body parts the human is supposed to be guarding. So we see here that he's guarding the liver. We'll go through, find the liver, looks to be that one there, and that checks out for now. So the next puzzle, which isn't really a puzzle but kind of is at the same time, is walk over to this scale here. We'll pick up this scroll. When you collect it, you have to make sure that you inspect it. So when you inspect it, click it, and it'll reveal a key. To actually get the key, you have to just make sure you click it. Once you get that, this key we'll just use in this chest here. Slide the lid off, and we've now uncovered the baboon head. So I'll sit that there for now. We can pull our note up and see what the baboon is guarding. So he's guarding the lungs. So let's find the lungs and stick that on top. Perfect. So for this last puzzle here, obviously we have a scale. There's some weights, a 2-pound ball, sorry, a 2-pound ball, 1-pound ball, and a 5-pound ball. So essentially with this, what we're trying to do is figure out the weight of all of these symbols. Because as you can see, we have an owl ball, we have a wave ball, and we have a snake ball. The weighting of these is going to give us the number that we have to plug in to the scale here. So the trick with this one is figuring out that your wave ball actually weighs 2 pounds. As you can see, the scale is even, so we know that the wave equals 2. And that's just basically done through trial and error from before. But that's a trick because the snake ball here, there isn't actually a 4-weight ball, but after going through, we add a 2-weight and we add the wave ball, and we know that the snake weighs 4. Without knowing that the wave ball is 2 pounds, there's no easy way anyways to get to 4. You can kind of do some trial and error and some deduction to kind of figure out that it's 4, but it's a lot easier if you can figure out what the weight of the wave is first. So now that we know how much the snake weighs, we said it weighs 4, so we'll plug 4 in, and now we just need to figure out the weight of the owl ball. So we'll put a 5 ball in, we'll put a 1 ball in, scale evens out here, and we know the owl is 6. And then you have to make sure that you hit the lever too, which reveals the jackal head. So our last symbol here is the stomach. We'll just open up that note, make sure that the jackal is guarding the stomach, jackal head guards the stomach, perfect. So now you want to grab this compass here and pin it to help give you a sense of direction. So standing in the middle of the floor, you can kind of get an idea here of the orientation of everything. So if you stand in the middle, obviously we know north is this circle here. And with that note, actually even to verify your location, you can just double check with this falcon here. Because we know that the falcon is guarding the west and he is in the west quadrant. So the north quadrant, we know that the north is guarded by the baboon, which is our guy here. So put him there. We need the jackal guarding the east, which is here. And according to our compass, is this quadrant here. And then lastly, we have our human guarding the south, which is this last quadrant here. Put him on there. And this reveals that feather, comb, whatever you want to call it, for the Anubis. So once all of that's completed, obviously we've finished the room. Nice and simple. If this video helped you at all, give us a like, drop a comment, let us know how this video helped. Consider subscribing to Friendly Frenzy Games for more guides, tips, and tricks.